You've probably noticed this by now. The more strategy you add, the more your business, surprise, surprise, doesn't actually change. You build the funnels, buy the playbooks, invest in templates, you map out the offers, the content calendars, the launches. Logically, it should all be working, or at least some of it. But your revenue keeps wobbling. Your energy leaks. You feel like Sisyphus, endlessly pushing a boulder uphill and secretly wondering, is it me? Is my magic just not enough? What if the problem isn't your strategy at all, but the field you're running that strategy inside of? In this short video, I'm going to show you how to treat your business as ritual. This way, you shift the field first and let strategy come second. And it's thus aligned and, I like to say, inevitable, instead of it being forced and you being frantic. If you're already feeling this way and you want to turn your business into a living ritual that can actually scale, check the links below. Tell me about your situation and let's connect. Now, let's talk about what I mean by field first. Most entrepreneurs have no idea they are playing the game backwards. They begin with strategy, and some don't even do that. They begin with tactics. What offer should I build? What should my funnel be? How many posts should I make? But underneath every tactic is a field. And by field, I mean a combination of your energy, your intention, your identity, and the way you're holding your business in your nervous system and in your body. Two people can run the exact same strategy. One has their field clean, focused, and coherent. The other is secretly running fear, scarcity, and self-doubt. The same funnel, completely different outcomes. So when I say field first, I mean, some people call this the inner game. You treat your inner state, your beliefs, your standards, and the way you hold your business in consciousness, you treat that as the primary lever. Then, from that very clean place, you choose strategy, not as a desperate scramble, but as a ritual expression of what's already true in your field. In other words, your strategy becomes like an incantation, not the source of your power. Here's the thing. Most entrepreneurs wake up and immediately launch into task mode. Open the laptop, check the inbox, scroll social media, react, react, react. You know what I mean? But if you're a high-achieving entrepreneur and you lean towards the woo side of life, you already know this isn't just your business. It's a temple of your work in the world. When you approach your business as ritual, you have the option to treat every key action as a kind of a ceremony. Opening your workday is an opening circle, not a panic check of notifications and reactions. Writing content is channeling, not just feeding the algorithm. Sales calls become initiations into your world rather than interrogations and fact-finding and pressure. Your calendar becomes a sacred container to hold your rituals. It isn't a source of stress. The appointments that you have on it aren't punishment. Now, look, ritual doesn't mean becoming ungrounded and floating off up into the clouds. So let's make the field concrete. I work with it in three main layers. I call them state, story, and space. Now, state is your moment-to-moment energetic and nervous system state. Are you regulated? That's good. Or are you fried, which of course is bad? Are you open or are you collapsed? If you're in chronic fight or flight, no strategy will feel safe enough to stick to it. Now, story is the narrative you're running about how you do business. It can sound like, I'm behind. People can't afford this. Or I'm terrible at marketing. These stories leak into your copy, your calls, especially your pricing, even when you think you've got them well hidden. Now, space is your physical and temporal container. Space includes things like your physical environment, your calendar, your boundaries, your tech stack, and it can be crowded, a chaotic space which leads to a crowded, chaotic field. When these three are aligned with where they're going, or with where you're going, State, story, and space. Your strategies have finally somewhere coherent where they can land. Now, if you're hearing yourself in this and you want another set of eyes on your field and your strategy, use the link below. Tell me about your business, and if it's a fit, I may be able to help you. Give me a shout. Now let's turn this into actual rituals you can run every day. The first one is opening your workday as a ceremony. Most people open their workday by asking some version of, what's on fire? What do I have to fix? They went to sleep thinking about it, and it's the first thing on their mind when they wake up. I want you to open your day differently. I want you to open it by asking, what am I calling in? And who am I being as I do that? Here's a simple opening ritual you can use. Take 3 to 5 minutes before you touch any technology, any of your devices. Sit. Breathe. Name out loud the field you're choosing for today. That could sound like kind of a mantra. I am the calm, profitable leader of a business that serves X clients at Y level. Or I create from overflow, not obligation. Or maybe it sounds like I trust what I build today compounds over time. Now then, choose one needle-moving action that best expresses that field today. Maybe it's sending an invitation. Maybe it's raising the price of a product or a service. Maybe it's mapping out the new offer you've been considering. The point is, you're not just doing tasks, you're anchoring identity. This alone, repeated daily, quietly rewires how you relate to your business. Here's ritual 2, decision-making like it's divination plus data. Let's talk about decision-making. Most awakened achievers are stuck in one of two modes: pure logic that ignores the body, or pure intuition that ignores the data, the numbers. Treat your decisions as divination plus data. Here's how. First, pull the actual numbers. Have them handy for yourself. Revenue, leads, conversion, cost of customer acquisition, capacity to serve customers. Look at what's real in your business right now. Then, before you decide anything, drop into your body. Place a hand over your heart or on your belly and ask yourself, if I already fully trusted my work and my path, which option feels cleanest? Notice where your body tightens and where it opens. You're not asking your fear. You're asking your deep inner knowing with reality on the table, and then choose and mark that choice with a small ritual. It could be a written commitment, could be a lighted candle, it could be a message sent. Decisions become something like spell casting, not endless wobbling. Here's ritual 3, offers as altars. Let's talk about your offers. Most entrepreneurs design offers like products on shelves. Here's a 12-week thing. Here's a VIP day. Here's a course. But your offers should be treated like altars. They're altars. Each one holds a specific frequency and a specific result that you're stewarding clients towards. Ask yourself for each offer, what transformation does this truly hold? Who is the one person, I call them awakened achievers, that this altar is built for? What energy do I need to stand in to deliver this fully? Then you clean up and handle everything that doesn't match that frequency, that vague promise, the one that doesn't really mean anything, the undercharging where you're not asking for what you're really worth, the overstuffed curriculum, putting too many things in that one program, and the misaligned marketing angles that talk about things which aren't really what you're delivering. When your offer is a clear altar, your message sharpens, your sales feel cleaner, and clients feel the field of the work before you even get on a call with them. Ritual 4, sales as initiation, not extraction. Sales is where a lot of woo-type entrepreneurs leak a lot of power. If you secretly believe sales is taking, convincing, or bothering people, your field collapses the moment you make an invitation to get on a sales call. Instead, treat sales not as a bothering of people. Treat sales as an initiation. Your sales process is a threshold where someone steps out of their old pattern and into a new timeline with your support. On a call or a direct message, your job is not to chase. Your job is to clarify their current field, name the pattern they're done with and ready to leave, paint a picture of the field your work holds for them, then ask cleanly and clearly, do you want to step into this with me? Do you want my help? No pressure, no apologizing, no shrinking, just a clean invitation into a higher standard. When you hold sales this way, people feel your integrity, and your conversions are going to reflect that. Implementation, the 72-hour business as ritual experiment. Let's ground this so it doesn't stay as another inspiring video that you finish and then forget. So here's your 72-hour experiment. For the next 3 work days, run the opening ritual before you touch any of your tech, before you check your email, before you do any of those things. Make one decision as a divination plus data each day. Choose one offer and treat it like it's an altar. Tighten the promise, the pricing, or the positioning, to match the transformation you are truly offering prospects. And make one clean invitation into that offer, whether it's a post, an email, a DM, or maybe a Zoom call. At the end of each day, ask, what shifted in my state? What story am I telling now that I wasn't telling before? How did my space, my time, my environment, how did those things change? You'll be surprised how quickly your field starts to reorganize around this level of intentionality. So stop treating how you run your business as a collection of tasks. Instead, treat it as a living, breathing ritual. It is the transformation, the new you who you're becoming, and the world you're building for your clients. When you put fields first and strategy second, you stop chasing every new tactic, and instead, you become the kind of person whose presence makes your strategies work. Now, if this episode landed for you, and if Awakened Achiever fits who you think about yourself, and you want a more profitable, spacious, and energetically clean business, then check the links in the description below. Tell me a bit about your situation. If it's aligned, we'll explore what it looks like to reconstruct your business as a series of rituals, and we'll do it together. Either way, run that 72-hour experiment. Treat the next 3 days as sacred alchemy and watch what starts to shift.